the authoritative test. This test comes to expose your attitude and your willingness to submit to what God-given authority. And here we're talking about God-given authority. We're not talking about oppressive authority, manipulative authority, where there's abuse of power, like we are seeing in all these false prophets. And also in these, I'll call them false politicians. It's just like false prophets. It's an abuse of power. So we are not saying we should submit to such authority, because it is not legitimate authority. It is not, God does not sanction such corrupt authority or such manipulative authority. So that's the reason we need to, the Bible says we need to pray for our leaders so that we may live peaceable lives. But in a God-given setting, as God-given authority, what is your attitude towards leadership? You have to pass that test. Because if you, as a congregant, cannot submit to the authority, if you always see yourself better than your pastor, you have a problem. Even when now, tomorrow you become the pastor, you have sown those seeds. Those people that are under you, it doesn't matter how powerful you are, in their eyes, they will always feel like you have nothing to give them, because you sowed those seeds. The Bible says you shall reap what you sow. So you sow seeds of insubordination, like despising authority. Oh, I think I can preach better than that. Guess what? When you are now given your own church to lead, that's exactly how people will also feel about you. Why not accept your authority? So you have to pass the submission to authority test. One thing I learned at a very young age is that God can use a donkey to speak to me. All I need in me is to be tuned in to God. And I will hear God through a donkey. What more through his servant, which is not a donkey. So you must never despise authority. Because we are all gifted differently as pastors, and this is one of the biggest tests that people in the church fail. Submission to authority. And so they lose, they lose out on what God wants to do for them through their God-given leader. Because they're always judging the leader. This one is not powerful. That one is, I wish so-and-so was my pastor. And the devil has stolen from you. And I repeat and learn the lesson that I learned as a young girl. From the age of 18, I learned to respect authority. Even a little girl, even a little boy, if anyone that God gives the privilege to stand and talk, I hear God. I hear God through them. I don't see them. I hear my God. And God always speaks. To me, there's nothing like a down preacher. Only a down believer. Only a down believer who has not passed the authority test. The forgiveness test is another major test. That's why we have no choice, because the Bible says, forgive that your sins may also be forgiven. And what I want to teach quickly here is that forgiveness is not a feeling. It is a decision. It is an act of obedience. Write that down. I forgive because the Bible says I must forgive. Not because I feel like forgiving. I may still be sore and hurting, but because God said I forgive, I choose very quickly. It's an act of obedience. It's a choice. So you have to pass that test, because if you don't forgive, then you also not be forgiven. And remember, you're not perfect. You're also going to make mistakes. As you lead people in that one church or tomorrow in church, you're also not forgiving. Number 8.
You were saying that it's forgiveness, right?
Yes.
And if it doesn't come from that,
All right, it's a good question. I'm just rushing because it's telling me time out, time out. But that's where people miss it. Because they say, oh, but in my heart I don't feel like forgiving. So that's what I'm trying to explain. Forgiveness is not a feeling of the heart. It is a choice from the heart. I like that question. Because someone may say, then maybe it means I'm just pretending because I'm still feeling very sore inside. So it means I haven't forgiven. No. As long as you have chosen, you have decided. So forgiveness is a choice from the heart to forgive, which is an act of obedience because God said so. And guess what? When you choose to obey God, the feelings then follow. Tomorrow or a week's time or a month's time or whatever, you'll meet that same person that you used to feel this pain when you saw them. But because you had chosen, your feelings will eventually follow your feelings. Your choice, I'm sorry. Your feelings will eventually follow your choice or your decision to obey God. Tomorrow you'll meet them and you'll be like, but I feel nothing.
so it's a desire.
Sorry?
It's a desire.
It's a desire to obey God. Are we understanding? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a desire to please God. Forgiveness is a desire to please God. Because God says so. So that's why I obey, not because I feel like it, but with my heart, from the bottom of my heart, I choose to do it. Yes.
So it's like saying the feeling that I have is I'm angry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feeling.
Yes.
So now to forgive, it's a choice. So it's
Yes.
not a feeling. I might
Yes.
be angry at you,
Good.
but I want to forgive you.
Anyway,
Maybe I'm
Forget
still
about the
angry.
feeling and go with
Yes.
the choice side of it.
thank you. You have to forget about the feeling or you have to overcome the
Yes.
feeling by making the right choice.
Mm.
Remember, you are responding well. Remember, it takes us back to this. It takes us back to this. Where are you? If you understand the word, forgiveness is still in progress. In spite of my anger, my disappointment, my pain, I still make inward progress. I choose to forgive them. But if I have inward poverty, I'll say, no, I'm still angry. I never forgive them. And you go by your feelings, as opposed to going by the word of the Lord. The Bible says we walk not by feelings, but by faith. And faith is simply obeying the word. Choosing to obey the word. It's a very big topic, this one. And then we also need to pass the warfare test. Basically, never give up. Never give up. You try this week, they don't come, try again next week. You invite them and they say, oh, we're coming, and then they don't come, try again next week. That's warfare. It's never giving up. This test exposes your ability to stand because you know you are in God's will, but you're experiencing resistance. Maybe sustain there. So we never abort God's will. Okay?
Amen.
We go for it and we keep trying until it works. So that's passing the warfare test. And number 9, the test of time. Test of time. The Bible says, do not be too quick to lay hands and to give titles and positions to people that you do not know. People must pass the test of time. This test reveals the quality of your work based on both your opportunity and your longevity. In other words, how well you've been working in the kingdom, how well you've been seizing opportunities, and how long you've walked with God, basically. So test of time, people must be given the test of time. And then number 10, the Lordship test. I think this one we touched on again. That is a very important one. and is being repeated. Where basically you are saying, Lord, I've tried. All night we were fishing. And we are fishermen, we are professionals. All night we tried. The whole year I've been trying to win a soul. Nothing, I caught nothing. But Jesus said, no, I said, cast your net. Cast your net into the deep. And then passing the Lordship test, saying, your response, which shows inward progress, is, nevertheless, at thy word, oh Lord, I will cast my net. I'll cast it again. That's maturity. That's inward progress. And as you know, they caught a net-breaking catch of fish. These are the fishermen, professional fishermen, but who obeyed his word. So it should be with us and our soul winning and even our establishing the whole churches. It tried, it failed. The Lordship test I must still pass. I know that he is the final authority in my life. And if he says I must do it, that settles it. I never give up. I'll get my net-breaking, boat-sinking catch of fish. So it's basically having faith again and again and again in spite of the disappointments. Because he is Lord and because he says so. Amen. All right, so that's our first chapter. Any questions or contributions? That's the test of, that's the leadership test. Those are the leadership tests that you must pass. And so even as you start your home church, you find you need to keep coming back to these notes to see where you are, which test you are failing. And as you know, if you keep failing a certain test, well, these days maybe you guys don't know, but in our days, in our generation, if you failed grade 7, you never, I don't know, were you in that generation where if you failed grade 7, you're not allowed to proceed to Form 1? Yeah, you guys are born free, so you don't really understand this. It was so tough in the colonial era. Africans were basically not being given a fair chance to succeed in life. So you failed grade 7, that was it. You failed Form 4, that was it. These opportunities where you have these days, that's why we are producing such a weak generation. So you start so hard, you make sure you don't fail, you pass the test, because you knew your life will be stagnant from there on. And so it is the same with the Christian world. If you don't push yourself to succeed in a particular area, your life will be stagnant, and you're not going to make the progress, and you are not going to see the promotion.
Very soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's the reason we have this time.
Right. I understand
Yes.
But in the situation,
All those that received him, he gave them power. John 1 verse 12. Yes, at the right time. Can someone interpret? Come to a place where come to someone who is sick. Yes.
Then the scribe of the hands of an hour for just so willing and Tashkana Maragat was Simba. We saw him Simba.
Yes.
Matram, Tizotumarishina. Then you don't know Matram.
Yes.
Pretty. It's not matter of that is to my Saturday,
I didn't hear the last sentence. No matter tomorrow, I don't feel that cheap. I'm so tomorrow from the house of Baghdad. No one amount to my life, which my results in the world. They do not matter on me. Try to have over half. But it's over half. But it's just only one around in a material. But it is not a negative result. It's very good. It's a very good question because it's a very practical question, because as you do your home church, there will be many that are sick and that you will pray for. And there's many that you will pray for that will be healed. There will be many that you will pray for that will continue to be sick. There's many that you will pray for that will die. That is not within your power. It's not yours to do. Yours to do is to pass the Lordship test and lay hands on the sick, believe God, pray for them. But don't just pray for them, give them the word. Because they must also believe God for themselves. Because this is not like magic. Prayer is not like magic. Now then someone gets healed. They must also have faith. If you remember, every time Jesus healed a cripple, you said, your faith has made you whole. That's why before you pray for someone, you must read some scriptures on healing to raise their faith. Read scriptures that show when Jesus would heal, so that they also raise their faith. So it's not only according to your faith, it's also according to their faith. So it's not your test. It is their test and God's test. And when they fail to be healed, they can't blame God. Neither can you be blamed because you are not God. In other words, mine is to pray, God's is to heal. Reasons why they don't get healed, they are not mine to look for. A person may be skeptical, they may have no faith, or if they die, it could be their time. I am not God. And God is not asking me to be God. God is not asking me to understand Him. God is simply asking me to believe. But I understand your question. What about the people that are watching? That's the reason we teach.
Right.
And we repeat what I've just said.
The second one, isusu as Christians,
I beg your pardon? Right?
Like it's the direct
go straight to the point because of our time. Tell us the actual problem. Don't tell us the story because no because of Garapasa because
it's a job and then the next thing is about Maniracha to shoot on the foot. Then the camera floats why the camera starts in the but they don't choke. So there's a condition why.
Were you joking in the dream or
Life?
Okay, but you are saying, so what was your dream?
You started by saying dream.
Yeah, Fernanda was a number one. And you know more. So I don't know discover a little. I don't know. I'm cats up there and Diana. But I didn't buff. The next thing just at the money. I got to know what so I did it. So I was the first one. This is at almost.
So what is your question then?
This is Christian. Cinema show about the banana.
You're answering yourself. You're answering yourself.